Hey, it's Joe. Welcome back to Humanfluence. Now imagine, if you will, a creator issuing forth life with a solemn warning. There is a higher self and a lower self, and the physical form often gets caught up in the material world. Oh yeah, there are dimensions and stuff too. And don't let the bad stuff get in. With humanity's limited senses, we remain largely oblivious to the unseen powers at play. Today, let's delve into one of the most enigmatic and profound concepts in esoteric and occult traditions, the eighth sphere. This mysterious realm is said to exist beyond our physical reality, holding deep significance for our spiritual journey and the cosmic balance between light and darkness. To start, let's unpack the concept of the eighth sphere. This idea comes from the teachings of theosophists like Blavatsky and anthroposophists like Rudolf Steiner. They describe it as a realm of illusion and deception, a place where souls could become trapped in materialism and spiritual stagnation. Often depicted as a shadow realm, it stands apart from the seven spheres of spiritual evolution, representing a detour from the path of enlightenment. Blavatsky, a co-founder of the Theosophical Society, viewed it as a type of cosmic garbage dump where unproductive and evil aspects of humanity are relegated. She believed that it represented a perversion of the natural order, where the forces of materialism and egotism divert souls from their spiritual evolution. According to Blavatsky, the eighth sphere is a place of spiritual oblivion, a dire consequence for those who refuse to transcend their lower natures. Steiner, an Austrian philosopher and esotericist, expanded on Blavatsky's ideas. He described the eighth sphere as an artificial construct created by Ahriman, a being representing the dark forces of materialism and deception. Steiner warned that the eighth sphere could siphon off human consciousness, leading individuals into a state of spiritual darkness. He emphasized that Ahriman's goal was to entrap souls within this sphere, preventing them from progressing on their spiritual journey. To understand this all further, we need to talk about the seven spheres of spiritual evolution. These spheres correspond to stages of consciousness and spiritual development, guiding the soul towards higher realms of existence. Each sphere is associated with a planet and a specific spiritual lesson. The journey through these spheres is a process of purification and enlightenment, leading the soul closer to the divine. The first sphere is the moon. The journey begins with the moon, representing the initial awakening of consciousness. Here the soul begins to differentiate between the physical and spiritual realms, sparking the first glimmers of self-awareness. Think of it like a baby discovering the world for the first time, recognizing there is more than just the immediate surroundings. The second sphere is Mercury. Next, we enter the realm of Mercury, where intellect and communication come to the fore. This stage is about learning, understanding, and the exchange of ideas, facilitating the soul's intellectual growth. Picture a child learning to speak and communicate, forming connections through words. The third sphere is Venus. The sphere of Venus introduces the lessons of love and harmony. It teaches the importance of compassion, relationships, and emotional intelligence, helping the soul to develop a deeper connection with others. Imagine the teenage years, when emotions and relationships start to play a significant role in shaping one's identity. The fourth sphere is the sun. Into the sun sphere, the soul encounters the essence of self and identity. This stage is about realizing one's true nature, embracing individuality, and radiating inner light and warmth to the world. Think of young adulthood, when individuals begin to understand who they are and what they stand for. The fifth sphere is Mars. Mars brings the challenges of courage and strength. Here, the soul learns to overcome obstacles, assert itself, and fight for justice, developing a robust will and determination. Consider the midlife period, where challenges and conflicts test our resilience and resolve, The sixth sphere is Jupiter. Jupiter's realm is about wisdom and expansion. The soul explores higher knowledge, philosophical insights, and the broader purpose of life, fostering spiritual growth and enlightenment. Imagine the later years of life where wisdom and reflection become prominent. And the seventh sphere of Saturn. Finally, Saturn represents discipline and transformation. This stage involves the completion of karmic lessons, the purification of the soul, and the preparation for entering higher realms of existence. Think of the elder years, where life's experiences culminate in profound insights and readiness for the next journey. But then there's the eighth sphere, an anomaly. It's not part of this divine progression, but a shadow realm created by dark forces. According to Steiner, the eighth sphere is associated with Ahriman, a malevolent entity representing materialism, deception, and the lower aspects of human nature. Ahriman seeks to draw souls away from the path of spiritual evolution and trap them in a state of illusion and material entrapment. In occult traditions, the eighth sphere is often described as a realm of dense, dark matter, a place where spiritual light is diminished, and souls are ensnared by their lower desires and attachments. It's a realm where the laws of spiritual cosmos are inverted, creating an environment of spiritual blindness and disorientation. This concept can be illustrated by drawing parallels with the Upside Down from the popular show Stranger Things. Just like the eighth sphere, the Upside Down is a dark, distorted mirror of our world. It's a place where the normal rules don't apply, filled with malevolent entities and pervasive darkness. I'm going to highlight three key parallels here, starting with parallel realms. Both the eighth sphere and the Upside Down exist as alternate realities that mirror our own but are filled with darkness and corruption. In Stranger Things, the Upside Down is a twisted reflection of the real world, just as the eighth sphere is a shadow realm that diverges from the path of enlightenment. Then there's entrapment and danger. In the Upside Down, characters face grave dangers and can become trapped, much like souls can become ensnared in the eighth sphere through materialism and spiritual blindness. The demigorgons and other creatures of the Upside Down symbolize the lower desires and attachments and entrap souls in the eighth sphere. And then there's the influence on the real world. The Upside Down influences the real world, causing disturbances and manifesting as dark, creeping tendrils. Similarly, the eighth sphere exerts its influence on our reality through materialism, fear, and deception, leading individuals away from their spiritual path. Also, I just made a video on CERN, which goes much deeper into this. I'll link it here. So how does one get ensnared in this realm? According to the esoteric teachings, the eighth sphere exerts its influence through materialism and the denial of spiritual realities. When people focus excessively on the material, neglecting their spiritual development, they risk being drawn into this shadow realm. The eighth sphere feeds on fear, greed, and ignorance, using these lower emotions to entrap us. I mean, look around in our modern world. The influence of the eighth sphere can seem evident in the pervasive materialism and consumerism that dominate society. The relentless pursuit of wealth, power, and sensory pleasures creates a fertile ground for the forces of Ahriman to operate. Media and technology, while having the potential to enlighten, often serve as tools to propagate materialistic values and distract individuals from their spiritual path. The symbolism of the eighth sphere is also apparent in various occult and spiritual traditions, where it is represented by the black sun or the dark moon, symbols of hidden knowledge and the shadow aspects of the self. In astrology, the eighth sphere is linked to the planet Pluto, associated with transformation, death, and rebirth. These symbols remind us of the dual nature of existence and the constant interplay between light and darkness. But hey, the concept of the eighth sphere isn't just about doom and entrapment. It also serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of spiritual vigilance and integrity. By recognizing the forces that seek to deceive and entrap us, we can strengthen our resolve to pursue the path of light and spiritual awakening. This shadow realm challenges us to confront our lower nature, to transcend materialism, and to seek the higher truths that lie beyond the physical realm. In esoteric practices, there are ways to protect oneself from its influence. These include meditation, prayer, and rituals that align the individual with higher spiritual forces. Developing a strong connection to one's higher self, and cultivating virtues like compassion, wisdom, and humility can also provide protection. By nurturing our spiritual light, we can resist the pull of the 8th sphere and continue our journey towards the light. The concept of the 8th sphere also emphasizes the importance of balance in the cosmos. Just as light cannot exist without darkness, the spiritual journey involves navigating the interplay between these opposing forces. The existence of this shadow realm serves as a reminder that the path to enlightenment is not linear, but filled with challenges and tests. And it is through overcoming these trials that we grow and evolve as spiritual beings. And as you reflect on the teachings of the 8th sphere, remain aware of the materialistic illusions that seek to distract you. Cultivate your inner light, seek higher truth, and strive to live in harmony with the divine principles that guide the universe. Humanfluence, out.